Well, this is Star Wars, but I'm guessing there's a twist to it.
Kinda.
Tanya?
Well, Phantom of the Menace was re-released last week.
Celebrating
and came
25
in number
years.
2. I mean, it did really well.
Which is just crazy to me, which means, what is y'all's clan called? What do y'all call Star Wars people called? Do y'all have
You
like
keep
a name?
piling me in like I'm this huge Star Wars fan that can't live without it, and I still haven't seen the last movie.
You're bigger than I am. So, I mean, okay, you're not Swifties, but is there a name for those that really love Star Wars?
I don't even think they have a name
don't have a
like
name.
Yeah, I've
Trekkies
never-
and Swifties
yeah.
and
Oh,
stuff.
that's unfortunate.
We
It's a
can make
missed
one up.
opportunity. That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'll let Rhino steep on that. But it's doing really well. So the whole thing is people really do enjoy it, and they'll go back and see it time and time again when given the opportunity on the big screen.
For sure. Yeah. Everybody's, with things kind of slowing down, you don't have as many big new releases every weekend because of some of the delays that happened during the pandemic and getting things going. Then you had the strike. So it's a great opportunity for some of these movies to get re-released. The Mummy was recently re-released too. And
Which one?
the first one with Brendan Fraser.
Okay, sure. Because
Yeah.
there's one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Is it but it's called The Mummy too, I think. It's either The Mummy, there's a Mummy or something like that. And I remember coming across it on Netflix and thinking, where was I when this came out? And apparently it was a while back, and then it leaves you really hanging, and there's just no talk of having like closing that story up. So he just remains a mummy. Have you not seen it?
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, I got to send you that one.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that one. I do vaguely remember that, but
It's not very good.
I was going to say, is it in the same family as the one
I've
with
seen worse
Brendan?
movies, but I mean, it's
It was supposed to be the first movie of a universal horror franchise that was going to touch on the Mummy, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula. They were going to have a whole cinematic universe with all their old horror monsters. And it got like a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, so the universe never happened.
Mission
I gotcha.
Impossible, but the mission was impossible because he's still a mummy, but he's waiting for a chick to find her. Anyway, I'll have to send it to you. You need to watch. You need
it's
to
very unusual for a Tom Cruise movie
Exactly.
to not hit it out of the park. So, yeah.
because he doesn't look good at the end.
Well, this weekend we've got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And full disclosure, I don't do the ape movies. I don't know. They scare me. The very human-ish
Too
nature,
human.
of these apes. But this one is the franchise that's been around for a while now. I believe this is the 10th movie overall, but it's a direct sequel to War for the Planet of the Apes that came out back in 2017. So this is another one that suffered some delays because of strike and COVID and everything like we were just talking about. But in this one, it's in the future after Caesar ruled. And I do know a little bit about the movies, even though I haven't seen them. And you find a young ape who's befriends a human. In this world, apes are in control and humans kind of live in the shadows. And, so they're kind of, they cohabitate, but anyway, this ape kind of, I guess, has a connection with the human. So,
If you like the first one, you'll probably like it.
If you like that series, you're going to like this one. It's PG-13. It is 2 hours and 23 minutes, which, that seems to be kind of the average movie length these days. They're all over 2 hours now.
What longer's not always better.
No, not necessarily. But this one looks, the special effects look incredible. They use that technology that we see so much of where they put the green dots on their faces and have cameras over their heads, and it's actually the actors you're seeing, which is why they look so
real,
human, and so believable.
What's it rated?
It's PG-13, so probably for the action, peril, that kind of thing, because it's going to be violence and some death that,
But it's just all part of it now. Yeah.
But so if you're looking for something lighter and light that it is Mother's Day weekend, there's a new movie on Netflix called Mother of the Bride. It just came out today, and I watched it last night. I I guess technically it was released about 7 o'clock last night, so I watched it. It's a quick one. It's only an hour and a half, but it stars Brooke Shields. I love Brooke Shields. So it's, it's I guess a stereotypical storyline, maybe a couple of notches above a Hallmark movie, kind of predictable. But Brooke Shields plays the mother of a bride, and her wedding. First of all, the daughter's been overseas, I believe, in London for a couple of years. Comes home and within minutes lets her mother know she's getting married, and not only is she getting married, but she's getting married in a month in Thailand, and the daughter's an influencer, and so everything's being paid for, and so that she can Instagram it all and, influence people to buy all these products and things. So anyway, the mother goes along with it, played by Brooke Shields. They get there, she meets the fiance for the first time and meets his father, who just happens to be her high school sweetheart, or her college sweetheart,
No way.
And so anyway,
I have no idea how this one ends.
I know. They're both single. Her husband, the bride's father, has passed away. The groom's mother, abandoned them. And so, all fun and games. Yeah.
But it does, if you need if you need something lighthearted.
It's definitely light. It's cute. Brooke Shields is so good, as always. Benjamin Bratt plays her love interest. Miranda Cosgrove is the daughter. So a great cast. Rachel Harris, who is one of those comedians, you'll recognize her when you see her. She's in all kinds of great stuff. She was on The Office had a little role on there. But she's always so good and so funny, and to me, underrated. She should be a household name. So just a fantastic cast, but definitely fun and a great one to let, guys, if you want to pamper your wife this weekend for Mother's Day, this would be a good one to just sit down and watch it with her.
I'm sure there's a lot of laughs in there.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's not going to win any awards, and it's,
hour and a half, make you smile.
It's just a fun little getaway kind of movie. But yeah, and so next weekend, looking forward, we have If, which is the animated movie. If stands for Imaginary Friend.
Terrible name, by the way.
No, from the brain of John Krasinski. But it stars Ryan Reynolds, almost said Ryan Gosling. So it's a mixture of humans and these characters. So anyway, it looks really cute, but I think it's one the whole family can see. And then Back to Black comes out next weekend, which is the story of Amy Winehouse. So
I've seen those previews, and I thought, I would have never thought she would. I could see a documentary maybe on Netflix, but it's surprising me that we're getting a full length, like a movie.
Yeah, well, I had heard it was coming, but it's like all of a sudden it's here. I haven't heard a whole lot of build up to it, so I'm excited because I loved her music, so I'm excited to kind of see more about her.
I saw a trailer or something for Garfield. Did I miss that?
No, it is out the next weekend on the 24th.
Okay, so it says buying tickets now. It just means you can go ahead and buy your tickets that much in advance. I was like, she hadn't said nothing about that. And
yeah, not too much further. Here, I guess in the bigger cities, those pre-sales are so important. And, of course, the big movies that are going to sell out. It's great to be able to buy them 2 weeks ahead, but I don't think Garfield's selling out around here. But
I don't know. Maybe our family's going.
I love Garfield, so don't get me wrong, but
Yeah. You think my seat's safe? I don't need to go ahead and reserve.
I think if you're somebody like me that has to sit middle, sometimes I have bought my tickets 2 weeks early. If I know it's going to be a big one, I've got to strike early.
Do you just don't go if you can't get the seat you want? What happened before you could get your seat?
I know. You had to get to the theater early.
So you were there super early and went and sort of marked your spot?
Yeah. There were movies that I would time it, to get there as soon as, if you go to enough movies and study the schedule, you know exactly when they're going to let you into that theater, and so you time it. And so sometimes I would get there 45 minutes early.
You just brought up a thought, like my child will never know what it's like to have popcorn in one hand and a big Coke in the other and walking around in the dark trying to find enough seats for however many that you got, and you got what you got, and you didn't throw a fit if you got there too late. So, man, first world problems, right?
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Tanya, well, I appreciate your time. You guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.